Hi, I'm making this video about this recent problem on Reddit which caught my eye, which is this: a portal coming down on the cube, and which scenario is going to happen. Is it just going to plop or appear on the other side, or is it going to fly out? So a lot of people think it's A, including me. A lot of people think it's B, and it confused a bit myself because people talking about B makes sense. And something that really messed me up, somebody showed me a clip on Gary's mod of B actually appearing. But this is why I think it's A. So I had made a video before and I had all these images, but it actually just didn't really make the problem, my solution, clear. So I just made this instead, and I think it's a better way to do it. So this is just looking at the problem horizontally. So so I can visualize better. So you have these two ends. You have the platform with a portal with a cube, and you have the platform with a portal. So there's three ways to look at this problem, and that's the issue most people are having. Most people are just looking at one perspective, and you gotta look at three, because all three, even though you can look at all three, they're gonna all have the same behavior. So this is the outside perspective. I'm going to talk about the outside perspective first, where the cube is stationary. This is moving, and what will happen is, like, it'll just come forward and it'll hit the floor of the cube, but the cube itself won't move. That's what happened in the outside perspective, and sort of the same thing in the cube's perspective. The cube is standing still, this will come down, but the cube itself does not move. The problem is when you look at from the portal's perspective, because in the portal perspective, let me just bring this forth a bit, the portal isn't moving, the cube is moving, so when it hits here, the cube will just continue to go forth. And that is, and most people are thinking, yeah, the cube will just continue to go forward. And so I made an analogy using a car and a floating cube. Imagine there's a cube, there's a car, and it's pretty much the exact same problem. So the outside perspective, imagine I have a window here, but probably shouldn't be a window. Imagine if it's like a blank convertible window driver. So the car goes in and does that. The cube stands still and the car is moving. That is the outside perspective, and also the cube's perspective. The cube isn't moving, the car is coming towards it, and it passes through the cube, and the cube continues to stand still. In the car's perspective, however, the car is standing still. Imagine if it is going at constant velocity, so you don't feel any change in position. So in your perspective, you're standing still, and the cube is what's going towards you, and as it zooms past you, it continues to go forth and forth. But how can I explain this? Yeah, the cube, it appears to go forth, and as you go left, the cube appears to go back and back and back. But in reality, you're the one that's moving, and the cube is standing still, and you are responsible for the distance between the cube. So you're the one that has the velocity to pass through the cube, and you're the one with the velocity to make the cube appear to be far, far away from you. So going back to this, if you're looking in the direction of the portal, yeah, the cube is going, and as it passes here, well, your perspective stopped. So the cube has stopped for you as well. The cube does not, if there was no platform on the cube, yeah, maybe if you look through the orange portal, the cube will continue to go and go and go. But no, there's a stopping there, so the overall momentum stops. It goes to the floor, but the floor in the source engine doesn't do anything. It just absorbs and doesn't transfer, so the cube will move. In the real world, yeah, maybe some of that momentum change would go to the cube, but it wouldn't have the same momentum of the moving portal, because the floor absorbed a whole lot of it. Maybe the floor even broke, and maybe it transferred a little to the cube. It won't have the same momentum transfer. It'll maybe actually plop instead of just appearing on the other side. Maybe in fact, in the real world, it will have a little jump to it. Not this jump though. But yeah, in the outside perspective, everything stops here, and the cube will just be there. And in the cube's perspective, everything will stop there, and the cube will just be there. And that's, I think, a lot of people are making the same mistakes in both ends. They're not visualizing the whole scenario, and I'm still a bit confused. I'm just explaining my rationale. I'm not 100% sure I'm correct, but this is what I believe to be the answer. So even though, yeah, the portal comes over here, and maybe if there was no floor, if you were still in the portal's perspective, you would see the cube go further and further. So in your perspective, B would occur. So you're moving this way, and the cube, you're here, and the cube would go here. But when it's in fact you're going here, and the cube is just standing still. But there's two other perspectives that explain that, and we're concerned. We are the outside view, and that even though from the portal's perspective, I'm looking at BA, the cube would fly out, but in fact, you're the one going in. The cube has no momentum of its own in outside perspective. I just repeated myself 5 times there. All right, that's it. Have a good one.